Okay.
I think we look good.
I don't care.
Fresh start. How's it going, everybody? Thanks again for coming back to the I Believe pod, hosted by me, Ian Bautista. Today we have a special guest, none other than Acacia.
Hey guys.
Super happy to have you.
Thank you.
Before we get started, I gotta ask you a simple question.
Okay.
Have you ever been on a podcast before?
I have a podcast of my own.
Do you actually?
Yes. It's Vibe with Acacia.
Okay.
Have you not heard it?
No, I haven't, but plug it right now.
I'm dead.
Post a little bit of clips.
I'm dead. No, I did that podcast for my class. It was for my communication class first. But then it was really well made, and my professor said you should just keep doing it. So I just started making it. It was just random stuff. I would just come to the studio every week, and I would record something.
Did you do the podcast completely by yourself, or did you have guests come on?
Just me. It was mostly me talking about what I do on a day-to-day basis, what ideas I'm revolving around.
Okay.
Pretty much that, yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on to the podcast.
Of course.
At the I Believe podcast, we kind of like to talk about our guests.
Okay.
So, is there anything that special happened to you so far in the year 2025?
I think one thing is I've changed a lot as a person. And I call it special because the differences that I see in myself just this year and last year is like big.
Yeah.
I think. Like mentally, I would say. Physically, I would say the same.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some gym gains. I'm very proud of that. Yeah. Because last year I feel like I was just getting into the leaning out phase, and this year I actually started building muscle. Very happy. So those are the two big changes. Yeah.
That's really great to hear. You know. Okay, for people who may not know who you are or anything about you, okay, how would you describe yourself in probably 5 words or about so?
I would say, okay, if I had to describe myself in 5 words, disciplined. I was gonna say loves to debate.
Well, don't limit yourself to just 5 words. Just say who you are.
Yeah, okay. I'm disciplined, creative, very curious.
Definitely.
Yeah. Confident and courageous.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, I've known Acacia for a long time, and she's never been the type to bite her tongue, and she's always either in a great mood or don't even approach her. So today, luckily, we got her in a laughing, joking mood, so I think that this should turn out to be a great podcast.
For sure.
There's been a lot happening in the world recently. I don't know if you're staying up to date on current topics of the world, but as a woman, how do you feel about you guys are treated in society and the way that social media has kind of distorted what you think is actually happening for you as a person?
I think, I've talked about this so many times before, 100%. Social media definitely changes the way we perceive things and ideas a lot. I feel like especially now, pertaining to, women's rights, feminism, men's rights, blah blah, everything is so deeply ingrained in social media, and I believe there's already a gender war going on in social media, which is why
we see common things talking about toxic masculinity popping up a lot. We also see a lot of people making probably sexist or belittling jokes about people for no good or apparent reason, even if these people are just trying to go about their every single day of life. No,
for sure. Okay, so for recent happenings, I could literally not pull up. I read this article. It was, anybody can go on Instagram and search it up.
Yeah.
So guys started betting on WNBA parlays, depending on when the players are in their period. Do you know how incredibly sexist and
degenerate? Oh my goodness!
Find the time to sit there and figure out somebody else's menstrual cycle. That's insane.
That is a little insane.
That's insane. And then when I go have conversations, first of all, what really upsets me when I have conversations of feminism is when women are not feminist. Right? That's a whole another ballgame to go into. And then to find out that the friends that you've been friends with for a while don't even believe in feminism is insane.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. But do you think feminism should have to defend itself, or women should have to defend themselves, or do you think that every single human being is just entitled to just the ability to kind of want more for themselves? Do you think?
Well, I think misunderstanding or miscommunication that's been happening about feminism, right? I feel like most people, especially when they go online in online forums, they think having feminism or like preaching about feminism is trying to incite some sort of privilege. It is not a privilege. So the best way to describe it is somebody else, like patriarchy, is putting the butt down women's throat, and we're just saying, hey, we're saying feminism because we just want the butt off our necks.
Yeah.
And that's one thing about oppression. When you've been oppressed so long, like, because women as a gender, we've been oppressed for a while. Even in today's landscape of things, right? Just for example, the WNBA example, even when they achieve that kind of standard, they're still not seen as enough. That's why feminism is being preached so often. Yeah, essentially. And we should not have to fight for our rights because we're humans just like guys are, right?
Yeah.
And it's a constitutional right. Literally, the Constitution says, like, you have liberty to do whatever the heck you want to do and have autonomy over your body. But then when that gets, like, revisited over and over again, and laws are in place to take women's autonomy away in their own body, that is when I feel like we as a society fail.
Yeah. And I follow you a lot on social media, and out of everybody that I know, you probably stand up and you probably spread more awareness than maybe 99% of the people that I see, and I truly respect you for it because I feel like your social media is your platform to express your kind of, whether it's a complaint or talk about what you see going on. Where did you kind of like tell yourself that you want to be a part of change?
So I feel like it's very easy to fall under the algorithm of social media because everybody is faking everything.
For sure.
You know? Like, I don't show my terrible days in social media at all, even if I'm preaching something, right? I don't show me crying, like, on the bathroom floor if I'm having a bad day. We show the good parts of our lives. And when social media turns into a showcase of, oh, look at me, this is great, everything is great in my life, then it creates a fake sense of reality.
For sure.
And for me, I just got tired of looking at fakeness overall. I don't want to listen to you get ready with me for, like, I don't know how many...
I want us to talk about that too. We don't give a fuck, honestly. No, seriously.
I'm sorry, I don't want to listen to you get ready with me. I don't relate to you. You're rich as hell.
Social media is for jokes, laughter, or just... Awareness, yeah. Because it spreads a message, and, you know, whether the message is good, bad, or ugly, you know, don't fake it. That's all I gotta say.
No, yeah, because I don't want to listen to you get ready with me. I don't want to sit with you, look at you eat caviar for fucking breakfast, and I'm like, no, I can't relate with that.
Yeah, it's you're out of touch with reality with a lot of things on social media and clickbaiting and all this other stuff. I mean, I've been making a lot of videos recently, and half the time people come in and they want to just act outrageous and out of their character. It doesn't make me feel good. Because, you know, I think that myself personally is good enough to be, like, I think I'm a pretty dope person.
Yeah.
So I think me having a camera out is just good because, I mean, I do a lot of good things. I do stuff, and I'm pretty entertaining, and I'm naturally pretty good in front of a camera. So I feel like this is something that's made for me.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta be careful of who you put the camera in front of too, because if they start saying some bullshit...
Not everybody deserves a platform!
Not everybody deserves a platform. We can definitely talk about that for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. But everybody nowadays has access to the internet. And I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing, because I love the internet. I mean, if I'm ever bored, I mean...
There's so many things to dive into.
Yeah, everybody our age, we brain rot. We're both part of Gen Z. I love our generation.
Guilty as charged. I love it too.
I love our generation. Gen Z, we have the potential to change the world for the better. And if we all use our platforms and use our voices and talk about the things that are actually matter in society, rather than the get ready with me's and maybe all this other jargon about, oh, this isn't... We can accomplish just about anything. And I mean, with this podcast, I'm going to try and get as many people that come in to talk about what they're feeling about, and hopefully, you know, reveal some things to me, because at I Believe Podcast, that's what I want to do. So
no, that's commendable though. It's like you're trying to hear people out, which I think is very much missing in the social media landscape of things.
Definitely.
The reason why I keep talking about it is, like, talking about things that matter to me at least.
Yeah.
Is my conversations or whatever I post are open to other conversations that I might not agree with. So if I post a picture of myself, right, there's only one reaction that's going to happen in social media if I'm surrounded by my friends. They're just going to like that. There's no other open-ended conversation. Sure, I post once in a while about myself, but when I post about, I don't know, maybe some law that I found that was kind of unhinged, then people can come and talk to me. So I'm open to conversation. So that's my reasoning as to why I'm out and open.
And what would you say about yourself? Do you really put a priority on education?
Yes, I was raised with values where both my parents, my mom's a cop, my dad was in Army. They never really got to go to college or pursue education long term. I'm first gen in my family. So they always valued education and knowledge overall. And for them, their version of good education is if you get good GPA. But for me, I look towards what I learn in every class.
For sure.
So if I'm learning, and even if my GPA does not reflect that sometimes, that's fine. If I learn something out of a class per semester, then that's something, right? And I think we as a society, even when we go to college, we need to educate ourselves more outside of school. Because there's so much we don't know about the world. And if, like, by the time we graduate, if we don't know or have a sense about what the world is about, we're going to be lost.
For sure.
Yeah.
And some of those life lessons you have to learn by going outdoors and kind of just experiencing like what the world is really going to be like.
Yeah.
Because as you get more and more into college, I don't know who the audience is watching, but by the time you're done with your first 3 years of college and you get into your senior year, all we learn about is practicality and how you are going to be able to fit into society. Because society will run you over and pretend that you don't exist.
Yeah.
So you have to find a way to, I don't know, make a difference or provide some sort of value.
Yeah, because you gotta add value to the world, and like you went to the trip over summer, right? Like, see, you should totally talk about this. Like, what did the trip teach you? Because I'm on a study abroad. Like, I'm not in my home country.
No.
Getting out of the place that you lived in and you've been born in teaches you a lot about the world.
Can you talk to us about this? Where are you from?
I'm from Nepal.
Okay, and for people who don't know, what is currently happening in Nepal that is so, I mean...
Yeah. It's been revolutionary. We recently had a Gen Z revolution. We held a protest for anti-corruption laws, and they had social media ban going on in our country to avoid the press from releasing, from it going outside. I think for a whole day, I did not have contact with my family. I did not know if my parents were dead, alive, if my brother was okay. Because my mom's a cop, like I said. So on matters like these, she has to protect the government.
Okay.
So I
got a quick question before we get in. Do you think what the revolution was happening, do you think the people who were leading it were patriotic, or do you think they were radical?
I would say both.
Okay.
Because you cannot lead a revolution like that without being radical. And you cannot also lead the same kind of revolution that literally tears the country apart inside out if you're not patriotic. Because we were trying to change the system that was corrupt. So there was a trend that started in TikTok. They started showing the contrast between how politicians' kids lived in Nepal and how us regular Nepalis lived. I pay for my own tuition. I figure out my own tuition. I have not asked my parents for a single penny since I came to United States, right? But these kids, we don't even celebrate Christmas, mind you. We're a very Hindu-based country, very Buddhist. We're secular as a nation, but Christianity is not the biggest religion in Nepal. So they had Gucci, Louis V bags, big, right next to Christmas trees, and I'm like, that is not the life we live.
No.
And the transaction rates, if you see, it's a sky high. $1 is right now 140 something in Nepali rupees.
Wow.
So for them to get that in a normal person's salary in Nepal, it would take decades to get one Louis V bag.
That's insane.
And they had multiple of those. So that incited the corruption, because we were like, we can't pave the roads. The highways are always flooded. There's always landslides. There's always something going on in the country. But somehow these kids live such luxurious lifestyle, going into France for vacations, Italy for vacations, and going into top tier colleges like Harvard here, right? Like, think about it. How expensive is Harvard?
I don't know, but you have to know somebody to even get into those types of schools.
It's $100K, and it's like, that's a lot.
Another thing I want to point before we cut her off. a lot about what you do in the future depends on your connections.
Yeah.
So it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
Who you know.
And I don't want to say just because, oh, I'm introverted, that it gives you an excuse. Sometimes you gotta just, get out of your shell just a little bit because, like I talked about earlier, the world will run you over. But back to what you were talking about before.
Yeah.
So you're from Nepal, but now you're living in America. How long have you been here for?
I've been here, it'll be 3 years, I think, January.
And you got here specifically for studying?
For school, yeah.
For school,
yeah.
Okay. So, wow.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I know. Did you have always the dream to come to the U.S. for an education, or was this something that came, out of the blue?
I used to read a lot of books since I was young, so that's always been my thing. I used to read so many books, like the library in my school when I was young, they literally had to ban me from being okay, that's it. That's enough.
Wow.
You're
Forget
done.
banning books, they're banning
they were
people.
okay, yeah, you've read enough, go read your course books.
Yeah, I was not that type of student. I was reading Captain Underpants and all of the freaking good old flip your book ones.
No, I was heavy into. I read the Bible when I was 4 because I was bored. Don't tell my mom because she would be pissed if she knew I read the Bible when I was Hindu, right? But it was I always had a curiosity when it came to books. At first started as fiction. I like to read fiction. Fiction taught me the art of writing first. And second, once I started dabbling into it, I was just okay, yeah. This is where I want to go. Sorry, I lost my train of thoughts. What was the question?
It was more of, damn, I lost my train of thought too.
It's fine.
This is an impromptu pod. We're having a good time, so,
Yeah.
Stick in with us.
Yes.
Oh, it was about coming to the United States for an education. Did you know that
Yeah.
this was always going to happen?
Yeah, we went in a tangent of my childhood.
It's
but
fine.
yes. So when I was reading books, it was most of these books had similar themes, you feel me? Every single time the character in every one of these fiction books that I read, when they were exposed to an environment that was not familiar to them, they grew. Growth just came.
Yeah.
Very naturally. And I was for me to grow, for me to be able to be independent and understand the world, I need to get away from my homeland.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
And brave, honestly.
Hey, I don't know, I was 20, I had 2 suitcases, I was I got this.
Hey.
It was insane, but yeah, that was what incited it. I just wanted to grow as a person first, and second, I knew America had good education.
Yeah.
When it came to university at least. So I was okay, if I'm gonna study tech, I'm studying tech right now. Might as well come to the tech hub. You feel me? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you've been here for a few years now.
Yeah.
And what do you think about the United States? Before you got here, what was your impression of the United States?
Ooh, this is gonna ruffle some feathers.
Hey,
Okay, so my perception of United States before I came here was very naive, I would say.
Yeah.
How Obama preached the American life?
Yeah.
That is what I thought America was. I knew people were very open. I thought people were open, very liberal. That was my perception of America at first. But when you start having conversations with people, it was kind of different. I did not expect the general population to be as hateful. I thought
were they hateful when you got here, or were they hateful more recently?
I would say when I got here, it was just people just didn't know how to deal with me essentially, or talk to me. I don't know if it's because I'm brown.
We're also at a school where people are very, very shy. So this is not I don't want to defend her saying everybody's bad. We're at an interesting school. We have a population of 3,000. We're in upstate New York. It's a great university. I highly recommend people to come because you will get an education that is really good, and people actually aren't that bad. But we are very antisocial and we're very cliquey. So
yeah, it's very much you need to find your crowd to
for sure.
kind of fit in. And I've never been the kind of person that
needed a group.
Needed a group.
Yeah,
or
we don't
I
need a
never
group.
wanted to fit in.
No.
I was if I would have to completely mold my character to fit into a certain type, I would just rather not do that at all.
No, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's for a graded assignment.
Yeah. If it's for that, I will fake my kindness, guys. I need an A.
Okay, so back to the question.
Yes.
The United States before you got here.
So yeah, at first it was just like I just didn't know how to handle when people didn't know how to like talk to me. Essentially, that was different.
In Nepal, are people very social?
Yeah, we have community. That's one major thing. We have third spaces. You feel me? America. One thing that it kind of like.
What is a third space?
Okay, so in America it's like work or home.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have a space where you just go to exist.
Oh, for sure.
Yes. So in Nepal we have that.
Yeah.
Like there's work, there's home, but then there's spaces where you can go to. So for example, for kids, it'll be like outside, like playing soccer, blah blah. I think in America kids do have third spaces.
Yeah, of course.
Up until this point, like they can go to playgrounds, blah blah. That's their third space. For younger adults, there's like spaces. We have lots of monasteries or like monuments around where we just hang out. There's tea stalls. It's not chai tea latte, guys. It's chai.
Yeah.
So like chai stalls where we could just hang around, have conversations.
It sounds like we kind of do have that in the United States. I mean, people around our age, they're like, if they want to go hang out, they'll go to the bar with each other, or maybe they'll be like go to the gym together. But I don't know what you mean by like third spaces.
I feel like you have to experience that to know.
Yeah.
Essentially, because here it just like it also might be
work really takes up a lot of people's hours.
Yeah,
That's the thing, because the 9 to 5 kind of thing is dead. It's more of like a 7 to 7, honestly, because whether you're commuting to work where it could be an hour and then the way back could also be an hour and a half, you're going to be exhausted by the time the day's over. Is it like that in Nepal, or do people get out kind of earlier in the day and have more time to like kind of communicate? Or
so we don't operate on hourly. We have salaries, like monthly salaries.
Yeah.
So it's different. Like no matter what job you get, it's monthly.
Yeah.
You have that. You have like certain hours. I think you have to do. Like it's typical normally. If it's a government job, you will have 9 to 5, right? But then you have family. Like third spaces is basically just spaces just to exist, like not to do something. You feel me? Like there is no pressure to do anything.
Yeah.
Just exist.
Yeah.
So those are the spaces I'm talking about, and that's something that I definitely miss from back home. Because here it's like, I feel like just my mentality has changed in such a way where it's like it just takes literally for me to like have some time to be like, okay, I have to go out to like take a walk. In Nepal, it didn't used to happen. I'd be like, oh, I can go on a walk.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Wow. You come to America and everything just feels more, I have to do this instead of I want to do this.
Yeah.
And that's really sad, because I know a lot of people who are the most outgoing, friendliest people in the entire world, but I mean, life can kick your ass at any moment and you can find no motivation to do anything. And trust me, I've been there. I'm sure the person's watching this has been there before.
Yeah.
But if I had to give any kind of advice to you, I mean, I'm more of an optimistic guy. I always see the bright side in everything, and I know that if you have a bad moment, chances are that bad moment won't last forever. So what I got to say to you is, always keep your head up and, try to, be kind of kind to yourself.
Yeah, that's big. I feel like one thing here is also people are very critical of themselves.
Oh yeah, it's bad. People who are too critical of themselves end up causing self-harm to themselves, or do something irrational, or maybe even take it out on someone else. And the worst thing you can do is spread hatred to someone else. Honestly, I think that's an ultimate sin. But let's get back onto something more positive.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can talk about... Well, do you have any interest outside of, school? So, like, maybe... Have you...
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, I think I do more stuff outside of school than I do inside of school.
For sure.
I don't know if I want to speak on accolades, something, blah, blah. Okay, so the recent thing that I did, like, in corporate sense of things was... I think it was Entrepreneur Act. I think I did that in 2024. So it was like 75 different countries coming together to find like an entrepreneur that they could have an impact on. I made it to the top 5, I think. And then like it's kind of like a voting system, and then that is when I had to end that. That was a recent thing. My parents were really proud. They were like, oh my god, you were in international media. I was like, okay, thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I do that. I broadcast with ESPN for our talkie program here.
That's awesome. How is it working with ESPN?
It's great, actually. I love TV. Broadcasting is awesome, and it's very intrinsic part of team collaboration, and it connects you to people you're working with.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you have to reach out to ESPN, or did they or did someone at Clarkson or someone help you?
Yeah, so we have another office, like athletics works directly with ESPN, so I got employed through athletics for ESPN. So I'm an apparel for Clarkson, but the company is ESPN. So that is how that started. I've always loved photography. That's something I had to do.
Is hockey your love for recording, or would you kind of differentiate into maybe a different?
I would love to do it for basketball. Hockey I love, but I'm more of a college hockey person, not an NHL person.
And you're doing college hockey as of now?
Yes.
And is it somewhere, have you had to do a lot of traveling for this, or do you only work specifically for home games?
We do traveling for championship games when it comes to end of the season. So normally where we travel to is, we're in upstate, so we go over to Lake Placid in the Olympic Arena every year, every season to do the championship invitational games.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, the big championships. You know who to call.
Me right here.
Yeah.
That's right here. But no, it is awesome. What else do I do? There's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a long list.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can speak on, your professional time some other time.
Mm-hmm.
How has it been so far working with me?
Okay. It's been great. You are like you've already reiterated it, but you're a good person to be around. You feel me? Like for me, I'm very much cautious of the kind of energy people put out in the world, and I don't think I've heard you talk negatively once.
Okay, well, I'm a gigantic hater, number one, but
That's something that I notice in people a lot. It's I don't think I have seen you intentionally put hatred outward.
No.
So you practice what you preach, which is really important.
Yeah.
And that shows discipline. Discipline is one of my biggest things. So when somebody is disciplined, that is why I connect to them.
Yeah. I once recorded a podcast with my roommates. Shout out to 1021 if you're watching, but Acacia was the first person I called when I had the idea that I needed a podcast done, and within about an hour she was able to come. She hooked me up with a camera. No, not a camera. You hooked me up with
the mics.
With the mics and the light. So, she's always been someone that I could call, but recently in the past month or so, she's been featured in a couple of different videos on my YouTube channel. And,
basketball guy.
Yeah, so be on the lookout. We're on a basketball team together, but, speak about, what is it like on the court playing with me, or what's it like being on the court recently in the past couple of months,
Oh, it's been great.
Because she's a big basketball fan and a big player too, so,
Dude, basketball, I feel like basketball is just, I look at basketball like art. It's very much, I dance as well. So,
ooh.
I think basketball is dance in a different form, you feel me?
Okay.
It's very precise, and just the same way people literally made documentaries about how beautiful soccer was.
Yeah.
That's basketball for me. It's it can do no wrong. It fixes everything, at least for me. If I'm angry, I could just go out there and shoot out and I'll be fine. So the past few months, we've started intramural season, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's been good. I like playing with people who can actually match my pace, and you are definitely better than me, I'll say that. I'll say that. I'm not there yet. I'm working my level up.
Yeah.
But I do not like when people don't put effort.
No.
And playing with you guys, you put effort. That's something that I like to see when we're playing a game, because once I'm in my competitive mode, I hate losing.
Yeah.
And I don't care if I cannot contribute. The least I can do is at least try from what I can do. You feel me? If I am shooting well, shoot well. If I can, defend. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, effort.
Yeah. Effort gets you a long way in life.
Yeah.
For sure. And especially on the basketball court. Since playing with her, I realized she doesn't pass the ball very much. That's besides the point, There's no fun in passing the ball, let's be real, Sometimes you come to the basketball court just to shoot, honestly.
I'm a shooter.
People come to the court to shoot. We didn't come here for passing, that triple single Ben Simmons stuff. No.
Mm-mm.
We came here to get 50 points like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander or Caitlin Clark.
I'm dead.
So, big shout out.
I don't flop guys.
No, okay. And, as someone that goes to the gym probably a good amount. I always see you there. And what I notice here at Clarkson, well, that's the school we go to. It's mostly a male school. I'd say that there are
70-30?
70-30. So for every one female, there's about 8 or 9 men.
Yeah.
And on the basketball court, there's probably 0 women. But, you know, how does it feel, and you're going to the gym, and you got to play pretty much pickup against mostly guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that ever, you know, something that, you know, ticks you off, or is that just something you've come to accept?
So, yeah, that's what comes with sports-like environment. I feel like coming back to the fact that those spaces have been ostracized for women. Like, literally, it's hard to exist in those spaces, right? I've had to, like, had a very thick skin to be around that space, so I don't feel very drained when I go back home. Not as much in Clarkson. My experience in Clarkson while playing pickup ball has been good. Okay. Like, I've not had to deal with
weird people, weird people, energy. Yeah, we're not gonna get into it, but you know, there's weird people in the gym. I'm just gonna say it right now.
For sure.
And that's everywhere too. Just weird people stay home.
Yeah, that's for sure. And in Clarkson, I think it helps because people know who I am as a person. It's a small school, so they know if they're gonna do some BS, I'm gonna call them out.
Yeah, so we know this.
They know that. But elsewhere, I have seen, like, when you go to play pickup, people don't really respect you. Even if you've shown them, like, you're a consistent shooter, they'll just be like,
fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, right? Yeah. So there's no respect, at least when it comes to that. Guys will do the most to try to defend you when you're just trying to play a game.
For sure.
Because they don't want a girl to shoot or, like, have a point over them.
Yeah.
Which is, like, playing into, like, ego or whatnot. It's like, guys, get over it. It's just a game.
Yeah.
We're not in the league. If we're in the NBA, oh, for sure, go for it, right?
Yeah.
If we're having fun, calm down. It's okay. But most guys do tend to get emotional, I think, when it comes to that. But apart from that, at least in Clarkson, my experience has been pretty positive. I don't like to be in male crowded spaces too much.
No.
Definitely overwhelms me a lot. I definitely feel safe around women.
Yeah.
So I disconnect the two. It's like when I need safety and when I need my solace, I go back home to all my girls. And when I just need to, like, be competitive, that is when I will go play pickup.
All right, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there anything else? You got any questions for me? Or
you should talk about the trip, yo. Like, you should talk about your summer trip. What did it teach you? I told you about how, like, America changed me. How about you?
Okay. Well, in case you didn't know, I got an opportunity to do an abroad trip with a few classmates, and I think there was about 20 of us, and I was lucky enough to go to Southeast Asia, and I took a few classes every Friday, and it kind of taught us a little bit about the culture. But I won't lie to you, it was at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not the best student ever, so I was sometimes going to class, sometimes I was, like, half-heartedly listening. But when I got there, the culture taught me a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody that I spoke to, I mean, in Asia, the population, there's a lot of short people. So if you don't know me, you'll see me in person. I'm a little bit taller, and I always got a big smile on my face. So I had a few people come up to me and ask me if I was, like, an NBA player. Some person even asked me. Somebody.
I keep saying this to people here, right? Like, especially my black friends. I talk to them about how, like, racism in Asia is out of curiosity.
It's literally out of curiosity.
If they'll see you're black, they'll be like, "Are you an NBA player?"
No, for real. One person in the mall asked me if I was Sharif O'Neal. And I was crying. I was like, no, I'm not freaking 7 feet tall, but
Sharif O'Neal is crazy.
I know. I was like, whatever. But it was honestly really, really cool. I was able to go to Singapore. I was able to go to Malaysia. In Malaysia, I almost got stoned, so that was interesting. Yeah, long story. I'll talk about it one day. But in short, I left my glasses at some school, and the school had 2 security guards, and I didn't know I left my glasses. So when I tried going later to get them back, the security came to me and said, "Off the premises, off the premises, off the premises, off the premises," in like a super serious manner. And I was already pretty angry because when I get angry, I get so furious. And this motherfucker was pissing me off by telling me I couldn't look. Meanwhile, it could have been 30 seconds and the problem could have been resolved and I would have never seen this person again. But I ended up not finding my glasses and the guy pissed me off, and then I had to do like maybe 10 days in a different country completely blind. But
Oh.
In the end, the trip was awesome. I mean, Malaysia was cool, and then the final stop was in Bangkok, Thailand. And if you don't know anything about that place, I mean, it's really hot there. The city is huge, and I mean, I was on the 18th floor, and the view was insane.
Not bad.
Downstairs, you could go get food on the street, super cheap. The people were insanely nice. I mean, we got to visit a few different companies, and I got to learn a lot about how companies are ran and how tariffs affected them and international business as a whole.
Yeah.
And, you know, it also taught me a lot about, you know, maybe getting outside, because I had never been outside of the country before. I mean, the only place I've ever been was Canada. I mean, Montreal, because Clarkson were really close to the border, so anybody can really go to Canada all they want. But this was my first time doing a long flight, so it was really, really
that feel?
a long
ass flight.
I can sleep anywhere, so the flight was no issue to me. But you know,
No.
my family didn't take it very well, because you know, I'm the youngest child, so you know, I always have my mom or my dad or a lot of curious families just wondering how I've been or what I'm going on. But
yeah, they're always stressed.
yeah. But you know, that was
That's
a
good.
great experience. So if anybody has the opportunity to travel, I highly recommend it. I don't care if you're young, old, or whatever. You know, just make sure you make smart decisions there, because I mean, the laws are definitely different in every single country, and you know, you should know those before you get there, because you don't want to end up on international news like Brittany Griner. I'm playing. I don't even want to start any beef, but you know, don't shoplift, don't bring illicit drugs. Just be responsible. Be a
What happened to Brittany Griner? I don't know.
She got detained in jail, and then she got like traded for like some person that sold like military equipment. It was some interesting story.
Oh, that's great. How do I know this?
It was a while ago in the news, but yeah, you got to know the laws before you get here. So.
No, for sure. Like, you have to educate yourself on the country, and it's a whole nother ballgame. I had to learn this country's systems and how to deal with people here. Not deal with, like how to navigate.
What language do they speak in Nepal?
Nepali.
Okay, so is English like your second language? Because you speak very, very well for not being your first language, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, it's not my first language. I used to work at a travels agency when I was back home. So I was very well acclimated to Western, like, people who would come to visit Nepal.
Yeah.
So I would, like, either have a British accent at some point, I think, and then I would flip-flop back to American. It was like a mix of so many different accents. At this point, I don't even have a Nepali accent on me anymore.
That's insane.
Yeah.
She's become Westernified.
No. No.
She can deny it all she wants, but you know, your roots are gone.
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
But hold on, I have some questions for you.
Alright.
Ian is graduating, guys. He's leaving us.
Yeah.
So, my question is, wait, how many years has it been since you've been in Clarkson? 2 years?
2.5.
2.5. That's a while.
Yeah.
Like, for anybody coming in Clarkson or going to college in general, what has been your, like, 3 big lessons that you learned in college?
3 big lessons to learn in college. Putting me on the spot with this one. I'd say, number 1, create a friendly schedule for yourself.
Yeah.
You don't want to take 8 a.m.s, let's be real.
No,
so,
nobody does.
Know, make sure you have a schedule that is definitely friendly for you. The second thing, mental health matters a lot. So you can be the smartest person in the world, but if you feel garbage on the inside, your motivation is going to lack because of it. So make sure you don't give up all the things you love doing just to, you know, kind of go all in on certain things like maybe class or whatever you're doing. So that would be my second advice. And then my third advice is it's okay to transfer schools. You may not know this, but I started high school in 2020. So I've been around.
Yeah.
So I had to go through COVID. And when I started college, I had to get sent home because I went to SUNY Oneonta, and we were one of the few schools that got sent home. And when I got home, I did not want to be in any online classes, and I ended up going to my community college, and it was the best decision I ever made. I was able to get a job while working at home, and I was able to, you know, get my education at the same time, and I got introduced to a lot of different people. And community college is different than a private school, which I am now. At community college, anybody goes there, And a lot of the people are working jobs, maybe 2 jobs. They could be mothers, they could be parents, some people could be disabled, but they all want one thing in common. They want to get educated. And some of the people in my classes, I mean, a couple of them didn't even take the class for credits. They genuinely just wanted to learn, which I thought was really, really unique and special.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to transfer. I mean, community colleges, they save you money on the first 2 years, and you won't be in college debt, which is very, very important in the future because, you know, debt lasts, and, you know, whether the politics they say, I'm going to forgive you or not, half the time they're just trying to use you for your votes. But be okay with transferring. It's natural. So that's my last advice. So I went to 3 schools before I finished my undergrad, and every single one of them taught me everything. Well, they all taught me a lot. So don't be afraid to, you know, change. So that's definitely something, because some people, I mean, they say, oh, I have a bad semester, and then they just drop out of school completely, and then they'll just pick up a random job, and then I don't want to call them bums, but, you know, they may give up on their dream of pursuing an education. But realistically, you might have not just fit into that right circumstance or that right situation. So as long as you stay committed, you know, you'll find a place for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Great advice, guys. All right, Ian, before we end this, I think we should create a little time capsule. So I do this for myself.
Okay.
I think this is something that everybody should do. So I don't know, to the audience, just a suggestion if you want to do this. So what I do is, when I was 16, I wrote myself a letter to open when I was 21.
Yeah.
Right? So I keep doing that every year. Right now I'm not really sure on when I want to open my next letter. I'm thinking maybe in my 30s or end of my 20s. So you're ending college.
Yeah.
Like it's end of an era.
End of an era.
Right? So how old are you right now?
23.
23. What advice or what message would you give to a 30-year-old Ian from now, or anything, like just words of affirmation, or just, hey Ian, hope you're doing good.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Let's create that.
Honestly, I'm pretty proud of myself already, but I want to keep spreading a lot of, you know, positivity. I always want to remind myself, you know, it's you. What you put in is what you get back. So, you know, remain working hard. Definitely reach out to your friends and text your mom more. I mean, I realize that now, you know, time is the most important asset you'll ever have. So make sure you tell your mom, your dad, your sister, your significant others, whoever they may be, Ian, to, you know, that you love them, you appreciate them, and stuff like that. Other than that, you know, don't do anything stupid, and be don't do anything.
What is
don't
stupid?
do anything out of pocket.
Okay.
Out of pocket. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, or if I do something out of pocket, don't do it on camera.
Okay. So, okay, pretty solid advice.
Yeah, I don't go anything too specific.
Okay, so last question. I said last 2 times already.
It's fine.
What are your expectations, or like what do you think you'll accomplish by 30? You can be vague, you can be like, okay, but like you gave that advice. What do you think you would expect your 30-year-old to have done or accomplished by that point?
I mean, I'd say by the age 30, I'm not really much for the looking ahead type, but I want this whole podcast, YouTube brand to grow, and hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, hope is not a real strategy. It's, you just doers get more done. You have, I want to be able to build this brand into something bigger and kind of mainstream.
Yeah. So
whatever that may turn out to be, just know, you know, I worked really hard for it to happen, and I you know, I lived life to the fullest. I tried, and maybe have a dog, you know, maybe be engaged, you never know.
Yeah, that's
maybe
good.
Have a house, you know, maybe a beach house too.
You said 2 houses already.
2 houses.
Okay.
You know, you gotta have 2 houses, 2 phones, 2 everything. No.
2 everything, I guess. Not 2 wives, please.
No,
please.
no.
I can't have my friends do that.
Hey, so.
No, that's good advice. I feel like, yeah, no, decent. Well, you've seen it happen here in Ground Zero, guys. No handouts. Ian is doing it on his own.
Hey.
And figuring it out. So, kudos to you, though. I really admire the fact that you were consistent with your posting.
Yeah.
is very admirable.
Yeah.
Me, I'm not. I'm very perfectionist on that level. I'm like, oh, this angle is not right. Oh, I did not say that correctly. Oh, this didn't happen.
No.
You can make it perfect later, just start. And that's
Yeah.
what Ian's doing, and I commend him for that.
Yeah. So, thank you again for coming to watch the I Believe podcast. Special thanks to Acacia for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully we'll have her more in the future, even part of something different like I Believe Sports News. You know, she's a big sports lover, so maybe we'll get her one day and we can both
Talk Mavs.
Talk Mavs, or talk basketball, talk football, talk anything. You know?
Mavs got cooked by Wemby.
Yeah.
Guys, I got cooked the day before. 30 points down in intramurals, yeah? I had 14 points out of the 15 points that we
We're
scored.
gonna cut her off before she starts ranting forever. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Let's get to it. I'll post our Instagram too.
Awesome.